We're about ready. Let's see if it's working. Alrighty, what is going on? Welcome back, everybody, to another Epic TCG show. This is Harley from EpicTube HD coming back at you guys with another episode 5. We are 5 episodes into the show, and we've got a great guest on tonight's show. I'm so happy and pumped. Now, before we get into it, this person I met in Hawaii during the Pokemon Worlds, and I was so he was, he had this thing about him that, I was like, made me want to talk to him. So we started talking and find out that he's a content creator living in Japan, which is one of my favorite places to visit on this planet. And he makes really fun and very unique content. A little bit different from what we're typically used to, here on this channel, which is basically trading card game, right? TCG. He covers a bit different, but it's all Pokemon. And so, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you our first guest for episode 5, or our only guest, episode 5. Make sure I hit the right button here. Let's just go with this. Welcome, Pokelid Adventure. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Nice, nice. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday morning. I know it's Saturday over there where
Mm,
you're located.
it is the morning. The sunrise just happened. Now it's blue, semi-blue skies, cloudy, but chilly day today. Gonna be exciting day today for me as well.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know the chilliness, man. We live in the South, okay, and it's 25 degrees today, or it was this morning. So so much for that myth about the South lives in the warm air.
That's true. Yeah. No,
Where are
I'm
you?
originally from or currently?
Yeah, where are you originally from?
Originally from California. So all I know is warm weather. So
Oh, you're a
anything
Cali guy.
below.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But where are you residing today?
Today I'm in Fukuoka, Japan.
Ah, so you're still living south, sort of.
Essentially, yeah. So it's sort of warmer than other parts of Japan, but still colder than California.
Wow. Okay. I have yet to get that far down south. I think the
Mm,
furthest south I've been is Osaka, Kyoto,
yeah.
Nagoya. That's the furthest I've ever been. I definitely would love to get down to like was it Nagasaki or Hiroshima?
Nagasaki. I'm going to Nagasaki today actually, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would love to get
yeah.
down there, and see the city and the history of the past history of that, and think it'd be pretty interesting to get there. I would love to have gone to Fukuoka for the Pokemon Go event, that's for sure. That looked like that was fun.
That was fun. That was a really nice in-person event right at a park that I used to live right across the street from. So really, really cool that it was in our location for once.
What do you know why they picked Fukuoka to do that? Like, was there any reason? Did they state a reason for it? They just said, "No, we're just doing it
Mm,
here."
They were in talks beforehand. I've heard through the grapevine that they were talking beforehand about Fukuoka utilizing the location. I don't know particularly why they chose it globally of all locations, why Fukuoka, but I do know in Japan they've done Tokyo, Hokkaido, Sendai, Osaka. So I think the next in line was either Fukuoka or Hiroshima. So they chose Fukuoka. They were testing it out. Niantic came and they were testing out maybe a couple months beforehand the location just to see if it was doable.
Wow. Yeah, that's, I mean, as big as a country, well, it's kind of weird to say that because it's not really big, it's small, yet it is kind of big, right? But of all the
Yeah.
places to hold it so far like south of where a lot of the
Mm.
main cities are in Japan, which I think was great. It's what made it fun.
Yeah. It was really, really awesome that I got to see a lot of people come to our city and see it for the first time because no one ever visits. So really
Yeah,
cool that they chose the location.
I think Zoe Two Dots was
Hmm.
there, and
Yep.
I saw the tag team duo.
Couple of gaming was
Stephanie,
there.
yeah, saw a couple of those
Oh,
people that
and
made it out there. Pretty
yeah.
cool. If to be honest with you, of all things I've ever done, I feel like I've taken Pokemon Go more serious than I did anything else. I probably wish I kind of stuck to that a little bit more, but I just felt like, I hate to say this, but like there's like a cost association. Like, what am I really getting? Because I paid for a lot of my stuff in Pokemon Go. In the beginning, we tried to
Mm.
do everything for free, but I just found I was lagging all the time and too far behind. So I started buying more and more and just spending a lot of money for a game on my phone that I really wouldn't have nothing to show for it at the end of the day. Like, other than, I mean, yeah, I was happy. It was fun to
Yeah.
do, but like I couldn't, like I just felt like it wasn't the same. And I think it was one of the reasons why I kind of switched with my kids over to the TCG. Then I
Mm.
could like I got the
Mm.
cards in front of me. If I decide, let's say I want to sell them because we don't want them anymore, or we want to maybe trade somebody or something, I have it like a physical
Yeah.
copy. It just felt
Yeah.
like it was just a difference there. But do you
Yeah.
collect TCG as well?
I do. I do. Well, I originally used to collect when it was the first set, base set, and then jungle and fossil, and all those. I have all the vintage. More or less, I'm trying to get back into it with all the new ones, but for the most part, all my stuff is usually just all original items,
That
and
makes
I have
sense.
probably a lot.
If yeah, there's kind of like two worlds out there. I mean, technically there's three, but you have your vintage WotC people, then you've got your modern
Mm,
people, and then you have their people who do
mm,
both. But
mm.
it's weird how there's like such a fence between the old school and the new school, like collecting group. And I mean, I love it all. So I like whether it's WotC or it's the newer stuff. I mean, some of the newer stuff out right now, especially for you. I mean, you got to get your hands on the new Terrestrial Festival if you don't have it already. Yeah. Got yourself some? There you go. Good luck, man. That
Yeah,
is.
well, I was supposed to get 5 boxes in the mail, but the Pokemon Center company, I guess it's delayed, so I'm waiting. But I bought these outside at my convenience store just last night, so
Oh,
I
wow.
have 2
Okay.
just in case.
I literally thought about. Because, okay, so backstory, my wife works for an airline, which is how I'm able to travel a lot. And I used to work for an airline myself. I no longer do. But I was thinking of flying over to get there yesterday, which would have been what, your Friday, just to go
Yeah.
buy them. The problem is when I was in Tokyo last January, I took my son
Mm.
over for a day trip that turned into, I think, a little over a week and a half long, because we came when the January 1st earthquake happened over
Mm. Oh, up in Ishikawa.
yeah, in Ishikawa, yep. And it affected a lot of things. We came during that time, and then literally 3 hours after we landed at Tokyo, Haneda, was
Mm.
when the Japan Airlines plane and the Japan
Oh,
coast plane had to crash. That
yeah.
was 3 hours after we
Yeah.
landed. Well, that that basically ruined us getting out, because a lot of the flights had to change their weight and balance. They couldn't just fly out anymore. There was a lot of issues, so we got stuck for like, I think, four days beyond what we were supposed to be there. 4 or 5 days we couldn't get out.
Mm, mm, mm.
And but while we were there, the I forgot the Shining V Star. I can't remember the name set. I think it was V Star
Mm.
something. It was last year's special card set that came
V-Star
out.
Universe,
Yeah, V Star
maybe?
Universe. V
V
Star Universe. And nobody would sell us. Well, first of all, we couldn't find any. Pokemon Center was
Mm.
only selling individual packs, and they would only
Mm.
sell 10 packs. And then we went to a gazillion card shops in Tokyo. Nobody had it until we went to Akibara, and
Mm.
underneath the train station we found a few shops that had it. But I was so like, I just felt like they were a little weird, kind of sketchy feeling, and I was a little scared to buy them. I didn't want to get home and be like, oh no, because at that time there was a lot of sketchiness going on coming out of Japan, which was crazy because we never heard that before. Have you had any issues with dealing with that in Japan?
One time, but I sort of was, I wouldn't say pre-planned. It was essentially a EV Hero set they have here. Obviously, they cost almost $500. I found it on auction for $50 essentially. So my thought was it's going to be filled with lightweight packs. So I just won't get any EV heroes like the main individuals. But I thought it'd be a cool content idea, so I was going to make a video. And as I'm opening it, Yu-Gi-Oh's inside instead. So that's the only time that it's ever occurred to me. Other than that, usually it's okay. But I could see, yeah, surprisingly, it did happen though.
Yeah, it's all the years of that I've been to Japan and all the collecting I've done, I had never heard of, never ever even worried, never thought entered my mind that we would have
Mm,
to worry like that. But with such, whenever there's an influx of something, a big demand, and there's a lot of money involved, you're just going to get a few people that kind of screwed up for everybody. But
yeah, that's definitely going to happen for sure.
so out of your card collection, what
Yep.
what is your, well, first of all, who's your favorite Pokemon?
I go with Pachirisu recently, but originally back in the day it would be Raichu or Oddish.
Okay. Okay. Interesting topics. Any reasons behind those?
No, I don't know. I, I have no idea. I think back then I was playing Gen 1. I used Raichu a lot, but I didn't like that he didn't have a third evolution. So Oddish does get into 3 forms. So because it had multiple opportunities and it was a grass Pokemon that I liked, I I just liked it. I the mind of a young kid, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna say to you, I guess probably playing the games. Is that something that you've also, you've been involved in as well?
Well, originally I played all the versions, red, blue, and then silver, gold especially, and then sapphire all the way through. Maybe until black and white. Once I got to black and white, I bought all the games, so I have them all, but I can't get through the whole game. I can get through like 4 gyms and then I get bored because I think the gameplay changed. It used to be so challenging. Maybe I got older, but it used to be very difficult. They didn't handhold you, but now every single game they're like, go to this spot right here and then you're gonna find this. Like beforehand, I felt like I spent almost 100 hours just like, what's next? Do I have to wake up the Snorlax? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I
So
always
because
I
it's
always
so
had a hard
easy
time.
now.
I always had a hard
Oh,
time
really?
playing the video games, man. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so because it's too easy and I overpower my Pokemon in the beginning and then it becomes very strong, I sort of get bored. So I haven't beat a game until the most recent Scarlet Violet. I think I beat it. I'm pretty sure I did. Now I gotta go check if I did.
Oh,
Maybe I didn't.
man, I
That was
think
the
the
plan was to
last
beat
game
it.
I finished was like, I think it was Metroid Prime. I think that was the last video game I can ever remember finishing. I don't think I've ever
Oh.
finished a game since then. I mean, you want to talk about old
I
school? I go back. I'll talk about Nintendo and Super Nintendo like all day long. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my childhood.
yeah.
Well, not my full childhood, but we didn't have a video game system until I was 10. No, maybe older than that, maybe 15. Who knows?
Okay, okay.
Late
Well,
childhood for video games.
so you grew up in California. How did you like? How did you end up in Japan though? Like that's kind of a big change
Mm,
of life difference there.
yeah, I guess it is. Um, 2 things. Work opportunity. Work had an opportunity in Japan, and then the other one is my mom's Japanese, so I'm half Japanese. So I have family here. Not that I am visiting them because they're on the other side of the country, but I was thinking my mindset was 1, move over and try to learn the language, and 2, be closer to the other half of my family since I've been closer to the other half in America. I might as well move to Japan and see if I can sort of get closer and get to know them more. But I didn't know I was gonna be moving to a location on the other side of the country to them. So in the end, I moved. I've met them a couple times. That's it.
But yeah, it's funny because I watch a few Japanese. Well, they're not technically Japanese, but they're big YouTubers, content creators
Mm,
out of Japan. Chris Abroad,
mm,
Charmeleon. Of course, there's the three dudes.
yep.
You know what I'm talking about. Trash
Mm,
tape. You know,
Rush
there's the
Taste.
trash
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, but it's interesting because when like Chris Abroad and Charmeleon tell their stories, same
Mm.
thing. They came over to work and they got put like in the most remote area of Japan where there was like there's like literally nothing going on, and
Yeah.
one ended up really loving it, the other one, was like okay with it. But um it's interesting how it goes
I
over
like their
there.
area.
The
Their
up north
area
is
was cool.
beautiful up
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
it's my favorite location. Well, they were in Miyagi, Sendai, which I think is like it's okay. But if you go one more prefecture up to Iwate, that's most beautiful. That's my favorite prefecture.
Oh, there's that town in the mountains that doesn't allow vehicles. You have to take a bus. Like at the bottom of the mountain, the bus takes you to the town. It's like an onsen town. I really want to go there. My wife
Oh,
and I really want to go there with her one day. I think that's
mm.
one of the goals is to get up that way. I've never been north of Tokyo, so I've only been south. So
Oh,
I think it'd
yeah,
be pretty fun.
that'd be really nice. Very, very cold though, probably.
Oh, right now? Oh no, yeah. I don't think I'd want to go
Yeah.
right now. That's for sure. But I mean, again, having having family over there is definitely got to be like kind of cool though. At least said it's kind of helpful. But it sounds like you're in the same boat as like my wife and my kids. So my wife is Spanish, and she didn't
Mm.
teach my kids like really any Spanish, and so they don't know
Ah, yeah.
Spanish. And it sounds like you were not taught Japanese, I guess, from your mom or
No. Well, I think originally she did try to teach me, but then I didn't talk in school, and the teacher's like, "He doesn't talk." But that was only at school, it wasn't at home. So at home I talked, but in school I immediately just no words. So they thought maybe it's because you're teaching him 2 languages and he's confused, so stop teaching him Japanese. So from that
ah.
point on, I think I was like 5 years old, she stopped, and so it's my fault.
I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy thing to do for sure. Um, but it pretty much gets me to like what what made me so interested. Again, we got to meet in Hawaii. How what'd you think of that experience, man?
It was great. I honestly I thought the location originally, n not because it was down in Waikiki. I like Hawaii, but I don't like the tourist area of it, and so I thought it was gonna be way too crowded, way too populated, but really it felt really, uh, relaxing, actually, if I could say, and the whole experience in itself was really cool. Being able to have a little bit of special access, I wouldn't say, like, super access, but to go and,
Yeah.
go into the Pokemon Center and that type of thing, I thought it was very, helpful and nice.
Yeah, I thought that was you know, I didn't know what to expect going into this. I knew with my background, I've been able to do these conventions, and I've been able to get the special passes as a creator, and basically you can
Mm,
almost do whatever I want to do to make the content, as long
yeah.
as I'm being respectful and all that. So I wasn't too sure what to expect, but I knew we were probably going to be a lot more like um close. I don't want to say closely watched because it's not we weren't watched, but
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah. And so when we got there, I thought we had quite a bit of access and able to do things.
Hmm.
And obviously there were two different types of creators. There was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
partner creators, and then there was us. And I totally was. I had no problem with it. I was perfectly happy being invited as because I never expected to get it. Um,
Mm,
for the size of channel I am and stuff. So for me, I was just happy regardless to be there, and I just
same.
tried to take advantage as much as I could. I saw you were doing the same. You were just like me. You were basically like a one man show. You did have your
Mm,
girlfriend with you though, but
mm.
you're basically a one man show out there trying to film all your stuff. Did you feel like you really accomplished all that you wanted to while you were at Worlds?
Well, my main goal was because I usually do Pokemon Center tours, so that was the first and foremost goal was to get something out there. And then the second one was a Pokemon Go video, so I achieved that. The only thing is, I think I had other couple plans, but I think it fell through. Like there was one where I brought Pokemon cards and I wanted to make a video with trading, but there was no time. So almost, I'd say like 70% I completed what I thought I wanted to do.
It's funny, I did the same thing. I brought a box of Japanese 151, and I brought two items to bring with me to make videos, and I
Mm,
never made them. And then when we had our little room where we got to hang out.
yeah.
uh I was sitting at the table, and there was Leonhart and Super Duper Danny and Real Breaking Nate, some of the larger content
Mm,
creators there.
mm,
And I was like, you know what? I brought these team up packs, these dollar store team up packs. So
yeah.
they only have 3 cards in them each. But
Mm,
I brought them to do something special while we were in Hawaii. I just wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and it never even occurred to me like let's shoot a video. I said, hey, let's just open some packs, and they were all like, what? You want to open it? I'm like, yeah. So I like handed out everyone some packs and said, let's see who pulls the best one. And I think the only person who actually recorded was Breaking Nate. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, let's just have like just relax and have fun. But I did
yeah,
the
I
same
wish
thing.
yeah. I wish I did relax a little bit because there was moments where I probably could have just not tried to think about what I could film and stuff, but yeah, it was fun.
Did you feel like you were under like did you feel like it was competitive to you to be there to like to want to film things, or how did you feel
Oh,
about,
no.
because we were around so many, we were around, I think maybe what, 50 or 60 content creators. I think
Yeah.
it was some like
It
that were invited total, and you didn't get any feeling of like that person you see, because I always saw people making content and it was like, oh,
mm.
that was a good idea, or like I saw people doing things, but I was
Oh.
trying to stay focused on what I wanted to do.
No, not at all. Because I had the game plan of I already know that the Pokemon Center tour is sort of the thing that I do, so I know no matter what, I will have that. So I wasn't worried, no, in terms of other people.
I didn't even think like people went in with a hardcore game plan, and I really felt like I went into it just improving. I had an idea of what I wanted to film, but I think I really just kind of winged it all the days I was there.
Mm, I would have filmed 30 more minutes if I could, though. That's what I wanted to do, but the way that they had us waiting in line beforehand, and we only got I if we had 2 hours, that'd be wonderful. I could take my time and go through everything because that's what I wanted to do. So, I think I only had 30 minutes, so I had to figure out how to make it work. That was semi-stressful to grab all the stuff. So I put the ukulele back. I couldn't film it with a ukulele and a skateboard in my hand.
Well, that's exactly, so when before we actually went to Hawaii, um I went ahead and booked myself 2 days during times that I knew were probably going to be bad to get anything.
Mm, mm.
But I booked it so that I could go in and actually just film. And so that's how I was able to get like some of the exterior shots. I did some time lapsing that I did just outside of the Pokemon Center. I did time lapsing inside the Pokemon Center. Like I just took my time because I was like, I'm on my own time now. So I just was going
Yeah.
around and just setting myself up in shots. But I thought about that beforehand, and knew, because I knew since we were gonna have that first access, that I was gonna like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be my moment to pick what I'm gonna get up. And you're right, I had a
Mm.
skateboard, I had a ukulele, and I had all this other stuff, and I was trying to like film, and I had the footage on my hard drive, and you see the floor a lot, you see the camera hit the ground once, I think. So I knew it was not a good
Yeah.
thing to film, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I did the same. I booked, other time periods, and I went to them, but the items inside were a little different at those times, and also, they sort of killed not the trip, but, like, I had a day to go in on I think it was maybe the 3rd or 4th day, and it was at like 9 a.m. And even then, I waited in line, and essentially it wasted the whole day because it didn't get in until like 12 or 1. And then by the
Yeah.
time we're in, there's nothing inside. So it was like I just wasted 5 hours where I could have been going around doing enjoying the event or filming something else, not just standing in line. So that's the only negative thing. I guess next time I'm just gonna try to figure out how to get in early and then just film the whole time.
Well, on Sunday, I went and asked if I could go up and just film people so I could get. I said I just want to get some content, and they were like, "Yeah, go ahead." They
Oh,
I
that's nice. That's nice.
they I guess because they looked, they saw my credentials, and they were just like, "Go ahead." And so I just went and got some shots of people. I was like getting people shopping or looking at items. Just basically, I just wanted more B-roll so I could have
Hmm.
ideas to do things, but I didn't think it would hurt to ask. I know our Pokemon people were so crazy busy that
Yeah.
they just weren't able to really go and help us when and I understood that it was going to be too much. So I waited till Sunday to ask to do it. I think it was a big deal. Most of the stuff was pretty much kind of
Hmm.
gone anyways. So, but what was your favorite part from Hawaii though? What would you say?
Favorite part? Hmm. What was? I was gonna say like going to the other parts of Hawaii.
So, I didn't even get to do that. I didn't get
No?
to do that. Nope, I never
Oh,
left.
I drove up north and stayed in like this really nice resort. So that was really nice. That was really nice.
Ah, um, So after this, what is like
Hmm.
what are you what do you want from this as a content creator? Now that you've gotten your first taste of a real big event with Pokemon
Hmm.
Company,
Hmm.
you've now gotten to do Pokemon Go in your hometown. Um,
Hmm. That's true.
what is it you're looking to do next now? What would you want to do next?
The whole goal is just to showcase all the PokéLids in Japan to make sure that people know about it because I don't think it's something that people really know about. So whatever it takes to get eyes on the channel. I'm not saying I'm trying to grow my channel to get increased subscribers. I mean, that's nice, but I just want the visibility. So if somebody like a big content creator finds it and then they're like, "Oh, I can share this," and they share it, then I consider it a success. So for me, it's more about sharing what Japan has that I don't think many people really know about.
And what about these PokéLids? So what's for anyone who hasn't seen
Mm,
his channel, like I was saying at the beginning of this stream, was it's a very unique channel. He showcases a very specific item in the Pokemon world that not many know about, but it's actually I personally think it's one of the coolest things uh in about Pokemon because it's real. There's so many aspects to it. You can make a travel out of it, make a trip and go see these things. They're very photogenic, they're very colorful, very artsy. What is it that exactly that you're covering? So tell the people what it is exactly that you're this Pokelids.
ah, yeah.
What is it?
So essentially, a Pokelid is a Pokemon manhole cover. So you know the manhole covers that you have in that for your sewage. In Japan, they have it, but it's decorated with artwork from local creators or individuals who are artwork people, and they draw Pokemon on them. And they're official from the Pokemon Company, and they put them all throughout Japan, all many different locations. And the goal of the reason they put them together is so that people, tourists, go to those regions because during COVID and beforehand even everyone goes to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, but no one goes to Miyazaki or Kagoshima or Iwate. No one goes to these little small areas. So they
Fukuoka?
thought if we, yeah, even Fukuoka, even though they don't have Pokelids in my city, they have it in the outskirts of Fukuoka. But yeah, maybe one day. But no one goes to these locations. So the idea or the mindset was to put these Pokemon items because everyone in Japan or people in the world love Pokemon, and people would go to these locations for these lids. And while you're at these locations, there's also nearby local merch and nearby possibly local PokéLid merch or Pokemon related items. Something like, give me a second.
This is when we want to utilize Green 3.
So, like last weekend, I went to Shimane, which has nothing to do with what I'm about to show you. But next to Shimane is Totori, and Totori has Sandshrew as its main ambassador. So they have merch like this. It's a postcard, a wooden postcard with Sandshrew on it, as well as keychains like this,
Oh, wow. Very cool.
and different designs. So they have like these three too.
Okay. Okay. Those are cool.
And then there was also this random stand.
Oh, that's super cool. I like that a lot.
So, I mean, going to the lids doesn't just get you like a photo of the lids, it also has an opportunity for you to see new parts of Japan as well as, uh, you know, help local businesses in those areas. And then you can also potentially find special, unique items or merch.
And what are there, like 350 or something lids? How many lids are there?
378. Yes,
Wow.
378. I'm at 254. By the end of today, I'll be at 250. Nope. By the end of tomorrow, I'll be at 255. Today is, I'll go to
Wow.
the location, but I won't find
How
it.
many lids do they how many like are they still doing new lids all the time then?
Yeah, that's the problem. I got
That's
within
the problem.
like I got within like 50 to 100, and then like they just put 100 new ones. Not immediately, but like every few weeks. It's like 7 more, 9 more, 5 more, and it adds up.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you reason to leave at least, but I do get it where
Yeah.
yeah, you're, having to travel a lot. Um but
Mm.
you have the time to travel then? So do you have to take a train in Japan or are you flying? How are you getting to some of these lids? I know some are way up
Many.
north, right?
So it really depends on the location. Some I fly to, some I take the train to. So this last weekend, I took the train to essentially somewhere around Hiroshima, a little past it. Then took a second train north to Totori, where I found these items, and then drove to Shimane, which is to the left. So it's like 7 hours in order to get there, and sort of pricey. Today I will be driving only to get to a lid location, so not that bad because it's in my area. But usually I will probably fly or take a train or some crazy stuff. And driving happens a lot. A lot of driving.
What's the rarest? Is there like a rare lid like it's really hard to get to or not,
Oh, I 100%. I still haven't got it, but it's essentially it's in Tokyo, and you'd think
Oh,
it's easy, but it's not. Um,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Mew. Mew, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise are on an island. And this island, you have to get there by ferry. And this ferry only goes like once or twice a week. And once you get on the ferry, it's a day. It takes 24 hours. You get to an island. Essentially, it's on the same uh, longitude or latitude as the Philippines. So it's warm, I think. But that island, once you're on that island, you can't leave the island for like a week because there's no boat that goes back. So you have to really plan for a week trip. And I was planning to do that this year as like I found my final lid. I want it to be my final lids, but then they added more, so I've postponed that trip. But that's the hardest one, I think, by far.
Oh,
Hokkaido is
wow.
also hard because they're so separated and so much driving, but 100%, I think
I
this
had
one
no
that
idea
takes a
about
day.
that. All the times I've
Yeah.
been to, yeah, because I've always wanted to go visit them when I'm over there, and I just never, I've never driven in Japan. I've just tried to take trains, so I just never
Ah,
thought we
yeah.
had the time to go do it. But I didn't know there was actually one. How many are in the Tokyo area?
12, but in the Tokyo area without those, uh, then I guess you subtract 4, so 8. But in the area, if you're by Tokyo Station, there's 2 of them in Ueno, and then the other 6 are in Machida, which is sort of like an hour and a half train ride away, even though it's still Tokyo.
Okay.
But that's where you find Bulbasaur, Squirtle, all your original Gen 1s. So you're gonna have Oddish, Pidgey,
Oh wow.
Charmander, and Poliwag. Those are your 6 over there.
Man, I can see a trip is in the works in the future for sure. Have to definitely
And
do it.
also with those 6, actually, that's where the, creator of Pokemon was born. That's why it's over there.
Hey, welcome. Iman collects. Hello, hello. Really? He was
Mm.
born in outside of Tokyo?
Yeah, that's his location that he was born in. That's essentially Pallet Town in the video game,
Oh wow, I did
because
not know
every
that.
region, at least Gen 1, is based off of Tokyo area. Gen 2 is
Okay.
based off of Kyoto area, and then Gen I think Gen 3 is Hokkaido. I gotta look it up. But Fukuoka is actually one of the generations as well.
Yeah. I know a lot of it. Oh, bless you. I know a lot of it is
Thank you.
planned all around Japan, a lot from the games, the area stuff. But I just didn't know
Hmm.
that about the creator of Pokemon. I went to in 2019. We did a big family trip to Kyoto, and
Hmm.
we went to like the original Nintendo headquarters that's set up there. Like that really it's a really old building, and it still has like the Nintendo playing cards thing on the front, and then we took a cab over to the actual Nintendo headquarters, the big giant white building. We went over
Hmm.
there just to, I mean, there's nothing to see really, but just to say we were there. It was
They have a
interesting.
museum now.
Oh,
You
do
should go
they?
back.
Oh,
Yeah, it has the most recent PokéLid too, with a Pikachu on it.
no.
Looks like. Let me find
Wow.
it. I have not been there, but
Yeah, we thought it was pretty epic to go to Kyoto to the original spot and check it all out and stuff. Thought that'd be a fun thing, and the kids were all into it back then. And now my kids aren't into the Pokemon world as much. Oh, that'd
looks
be an
like that.
epic lid.
That's the most
Absolutely.
recent one.
Oh, that lid would be really cool to see.
I
Again, it's
almost
a
went there
very
this last weekend.
oh yeah, it's a very underrated aspect to the Pokemon hobby. There's so many things in this hobby that you can collect. There's home goods and there's furniture and there's plushies and of course there's the TCG and there's a
Hmm.
plethora of things. But I still think one of the really coolest things are the lids. I just think that's so Japan's just on a different level when it comes to certain things. And like I said, it's already a very clean, mostly for the most part, it's a very clean country, and so these
Yeah.
lids are like so well maintained, and again, the artwork on the lids is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's hard to believe that it's a manhole cover at the end of the day.
Yeah. Originally, it was advertised as like little diglets have poked holes in the ground, and we need to cover them up.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's funny. So you got a lot more to go. So what's the next trips you have planned?
I have a trip today to Nagasaki. There will be a lid there, so I will have a video up at some point. And then in 2 weeks, I will be heading back to America. So during my because I have to go to Tokyo in order to fly out from Tokyo to go home. On that way, I will find some lids and potentially find a couple new ones. I haven't made that exact plan out, but my thought is Nagoya. So maybe some lids in Shizuoka, and we'll see how that goes. After that, I have no plans because that's the new year.
So you're gonna be back here in the States then for the holidays then.
Yeah, for 1 week. Yeah.
So what as far as like 'cause I know you also play Pokemon Go. So do you have any
Mm.
plans to do anything with that with Pokemon Go?
I mean, alive from what everyone does, they do the events, but and community days. I don't usually. I will play. I play, of course, but if I talk about filming something about it, I probably won't film anything Pokemon Go related until next year. I plan on doing a Unova tour, but there's two of them. There's one in LA and one in Taiwan. I'm going to Taiwan. So
Oh, you're gonna do the Taiwan one? That'd be pretty
yeah.
exciting.
LA
I
has
wish.
all the friends and everything. It'd be really cool, but Worlds is in LA, so I'll just hopefully see them in a year.
Yeah. Are you gonna apply to go to Worlds again, or
I
are you
mean,
gonna?
yeah, I will. I will. I don't know what will happen. I feel like less opportunity because it's in a location that's more accessible to people in America, but I'll still try.
Yeah, same here. I just saw that there was uh accepting content creators for the European Championships, and I submitted my
Mm,
name to see. I don't know if I'll be able to go. It's in London, and it's actually during a week where we'd have a break, but I'm not sure I'll be able to go just because we have a lot going on leading up into January,
mm.
and I also have some personal home things now. I have to take care of my father who has dementia, so he has to pretty much
Ah,
have 24-hour care. I have to keep an eye
I
on
know
him
the
at all
feeling.
times, and yeah, so it's kind of when I went to Hawaii, my wife did a really good job, with keeping an eye on him and stuff. He acted up a couple times, a few little mishaps, but
Mm,
I know it's kind of hard to deal with someone that has dementia, and it was hard on her. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to possibly go. I really do want to go to Anaheim for Worlds in 2025 for sure.
mm.
Might even try to make the the next regional event here. We'll see how
Mm.
that goes if I can, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
family is important though, especially,
Yeah, it's it's got to come first. It's got to come first. So
Yeah.
that's why my content is really slowed down. What's funny too is after I did my video for last year's Worlds, I
Mm.
felt like I had burned myself out, and I was having a very
Really?
oh yeah, I was having a very difficult time. September, October, just trying to think and
Mm.
get going again. It was just very very hard to get myself motivated. I don't know what it is. I just put so much effort and a lot of hours into my
Yeah.
videos. I made
Yeah.
mine. I wanted to make it more like a film, and so I really put a lot into it. I actually did color correcting on it. I wanted it to be a certain look to it. I did all the stuff, and I just wanted it to really be a great video. And luckily it did do really well actually, but
Mm.
it
You
it
did?
really felt like it took a lot out of me. And
Mm. I
do
could
do
see
you ever
that.
feel that way? Do you ever, as a content creator, do you ever get like that? Like,
Sometimes. Yeah. I think I get into these pockets where I don't feel like I wanna do anything or no editing, so I just don't, and then but I always post something, and it's usually the easier videos. Pokemon Go is very easy to edit. Pokemon Centers are also very easy to edit, but my lid ones are I'm way behind on those editing.
well, that's because it takes those take. That's where I really enjoy your videos. I've watched, like I said, I've been watched a lot. Um, and you're for me, I'm in the film business, and
Mm,
I just love the aspect of people who put more effort into these personal vlogs. I guess they're more like vlogs, but
yeah, they
it's
are,
more
yeah.
it just feels like we're there with you. It's a different feeling. The way you're handling it all is it just brings you into what you're doing. That's I think that's one of the best parts about it is that you want people to come along the journey with you. And what's better than that
Mm.
than having a nice vlog? And I think your lid videos are really well done. And you do a really good job with
Ah,
your
thank you.
editing. Yeah, very very good job. I definitely recommend anyone that wants to see what he does, check out his PokéLid videos. They are really well done. Again, great vlogs. Gives a lot of information about where he's at, the locations, and from food to the areas and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm.
But
It's so hard to get in the algorithms. So, a lot of the work with the PokéLid videos don't go anywhere.
that's that's probably the most difficult part that I have, and why it gets demotivating on me is that I put all this effort into trying to make these videos a specific way, and also, and yeah, They just, you know, they just don't seem to hit right. That was my biggest problem
Mm,
with my biggest worry with the Pokemon Worlds video. If I knew if I took too long, it was going to
yeah,
be out of the algorithm. I wanted to get in where, because everybody was posting, you know,
yeah, yeah,
and so
yeah.
the algorithm was picking up anything that really was Pokemon Worlds related, and I knew I had to stay in that window, and I really got in towards the end of the window when I finished the video.
Mm,
But I think that's the only
you still,
reason why mine took off. Otherwise, most of my videos don't take off. I have the occasional, but then again, I'll have these videos that go anywhere. They don't do anything. I barely put any work into it, and they got the most out of me.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's where the Pokemon Center stuff on my channel, because I've always thought, what can I do? Because I do obviously a lot of things. I went to Pokemon centers before, um, and I played Pokemon Go. But I was thinking, how do I get eyes on the channel with doing things that I already currently do with PokéLids? And the Pokemon Center tours that I do is a thing that people watch almost more so than my PokéLid videos. But I noticed that a lot of people tune in on the channel for Pokemon Center tours. So it was sort of a way to gather an audience, but at the same time, um, I have to figure out how to say, "Hey, I do PokéLids too."
yeah, it's just one of those things where you have to try to get people, really interested in it, and it's again, it's kind of a niche item for some people.
Yes.
But if you're a true Pokemon, enthusiast, this is
Mm,
something you can't pass up. I mean, it is again, it's a unique, specific item, and it's something that's in reality you can go get it. You can go find it,
yeah.
and it's just like living in an actual the video game itself, to
Never
to
ends
a
though.
degree, right? But I think
It's
that's where
never
I
ending.
personally, my personal opinion that's what I love about your channel. I love the vlogging and the lids videos. I think those are the best videos for me. Again, it's one of those things where we're in a we're in a different time period for content creating, because right now it's
Mm,
all about, I hate to say it's about being negative, kind of attacking other people.
mm,
It seems to be those are the videos that I'm watching, those channels all blow up and do well, and people want to see that stuff, and I get it. I do. I've thought about going that route myself, and I'm like, I don't want the headache. I really don't want to deal with it. I've made some investment style videos where I'm just critiquing other investors on things they say, because
mm.
there's no one to really, that's, when it comes to the investment aspect of the hobby, there's no one to hold them accountable, because it's not like Wall Street where
That's true.
if somebody gives advice, it could be breaking a law, or it could be construed as, um, giving out certain advice that's you're not supposed to ahead of time. There's a bunch of things to it. In this
Yeah.
hobby, people can say whatever the heck they want, and their audience grows and people listen to it and they start to believe it, and then it kind of messes the whole hobby up, to be honest with you. So I've made
Mm,
some
yeah.
videos hitting at that a little bit. Does that happen in Japan? Do you have that? Do you have any of that style video happening over there?
I haven't paid too much attention actually. All my things that I watch are just based off of America, so I don't know actually.
I guess it makes sense. I mean, if you're, how much Japanese do you actually understand?
I can understand quite a bit, but speaking is pretty limited.
I feel you on that. I believe me, I completely do. But yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe you probably might get a little bit more, especially being in Japan. Your algorithm might kind of push more Japanese content. Are there a lot of
Mm,
Japanese content creators in Japan that cover
it's
the TCG?
growing. Not as much as like originally, but it's growing. Slowly, it's becoming more of a thing that people want to do. So I say more so now than before.
Okay, well that's a positive at least.
Hmm. Yeah.
I watch a few occasionally. You know how the algorithm works. You watch one video, they'll pummel you with a
Yeah.
bazillion of it, even though maybe you don't want to watch it anymore. Uh, it'll still
True.
come at you.
True. Yeah. Just need more PokéLids.
What's
But
your
I had
what
a.
plat? Huh?
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what platform is your favorite to really be on of all the social medias?
Oh, I have like all of them, but I don't utilize them to their fullest extent. TikTok I have,
Yeah,
I don't even use those. So, and then Twitter or X I have, but I barely use. It's Instagram and YouTube, really. Those are the two.
just like
Instagram's
me.
easiest to connect, and then YouTube is just what I started with because that was just my mindset was okay, post to YouTube. I don't know.
Same here. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for since 2009 is when my first
Hmm.
channel goes back to. We used to be a travel channel, so we used to do travel videos and things like
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah, and then I that did some other things, but yeah, for this channel, this channel was started because of my kids. They wanted to do YouTube, and I wouldn't let them do it by themselves, and so I had to go on with them. And then
Hmm.
after the pandemic happened, they kind of just bowed out of Pokemon and left me to be myself. And I was like, well, I'll keep it going, I guess. So that's how I've ended up being here, still doing
That's
what I'm
cool.
doing. But I'm pretty much the same. Instagram,
Hmm.
YouTube. I try to do X a bit more now, just because it's real simple. Just write a line, maybe to post a picture or
Yeah.
something. But the whole reason I loved Instagram was for photos, and now
It's
you
not
post a
photos.
photo, it
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 doesn't
doesn't do
matter.
anything. You have to do
Yeah,
reels now. So
that's why my Instagrams are all reels now. Well, not all, but it's 66% reels, literally.
I still haven't gotten up to it yet. I still haven't really. I know what I need to do. It just the whole. I guess it's because I'm a simple person. I like everything simple, and
Mm,
it's like, oh, now I got to make a reel. Before I was just I got to make. I could do a cool picture. Now I got to go make a reel. That means
real
I got to
stuff.
put some time in editing. It's more editing,
Yeah,
you know.
it
Yeah, it's
is. That's why, because I have like a sort of a mindset with my Instagram where it's one photo, two reels. So if I get stuck, which I am right now, you can see in my post, I have a photo. That's my last thing. Next thing needs to be a reel. I don't have a reel, so I just don't post until I get a reel. I'm not messing up my order. I have a bunch of photos ready, but reels need to come first.
uh I kind of get that way sometimes too, but I'll just go into like I just won't post anything. Like I haven't posted anything on my Instagram until this live. I don't think I posted for about a week. I don't think I have. See, I run
I
two.
interact.
You
You run
interact.
too?
I run
Yeah, I
two
interact. That's about it.
because I have. Okay, so because I'm in the acting world, so I have an
Yeah.
acting. I have an acting one where I. It's kind of like my personal one now. I've actually put
Hmm.
my son more on it now because he's a soccer player, and I've been using it to promote him more to schools and stuff. But that one really was supposed to be strictly for like all my for anything I did acting related.
Hmm.
If I was gonna be in a show or maybe some behind the scenes stuff or maybe audition stuff or whatever. And then I had this one that I took over from the kids again.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of kept the EpicTube one more. But yeah, this past week I don't think I've posted anything. I've been lazy.
You have to post. You have to post. Can't let
I
them
just
forget about you.
I know that's the problem, man. If you don't post, you know
You
it
don't
just
exist.
you die essentially, right?
You have to
So
exist.
you're coming to America. That's your next thing. Your next lid. You're
Yes.
gonna go out and film this afternoon. Because if you guys don't
Yes.
know, again, he is in Japan right now. It is Saturday morning over there, where it's Friday evening here in the States. Um, and you're gonna go film a video. So keep
Mm.
a lookout for PokéLids video. It either post today or a post tomorrow or something. He'll post the next couple days the video, right? The lids video.
Mm, at some point, you'll see a video.
Yeah, but definitely give him a subscribe. Again, great content creator, very fun. Uh, the human tripod. If you guys seen my worlds video, he walks around with his arm is his tripod. Is it
Yep.
still that way?
Still, still there.
I tried doing
It's
it for
a
fun when we got back. I
yeah.
went out to film something, and I tried it, and I just like my wrist was hurting after a while, and my
Gym.
arm,
Gotta go to the
and
gym.
oh man, dude, I'm old. I'm old. I have so much like because I was an athlete. I have so much arthritis going on, dude. I like
Yeah, me too,
I
actually, though.
can't dude, I couldn't hold it. It was too
It was
much.
easier years ago. Now it's starting to become painful.
Oh, well, that was the thing I wanted to talk about. So you also so you get out and you still play basketball then? They play basketball in Japan? Kind of.
Yeah, surprise. They do. Yeah, they play basketball. Yeah, I play
Yeah.
basketball at times.
I was kind of surprised to see your video of ball. I never of all the times I've been to Japan, I've seen tons of soccer.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, yeah.
I've even gone on a pitch and played one time back here, like in early 2000. I went out and played soccer with a group of guys out there who said I could
Mm.
play with them. But I've seen baseball, but I've never seen
Mm.
basketball anywhere. Anyone playing basketball. So that was unique to see your video of that.
It's hard to find basketball in Japan because you have to join a team, which I have like 3 or 4 teams I'm on, and then you have to either have friends that rent out a gym, and that usually occurs at like nighttime. So it's all indoor, at least in Fukuoka. I know Tokyo has an outdoor basketball, so if I lived in Tokyo, I'd be playing there more often. But yeah, they have basketball. They do. They do.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, again, I watched the video and I thought that was pretty neat to see that. I'd never expected that out of,
Uh-huh.
you know, so I'm not saying they don't play basketball. I mean, I'm just saying it's just I've never noticed it before. So it was a unique
Yeah,
thing to
yeah.
see. Yeah.
That's true. It's very true.
Well, listen,
It's
I know you got a lot to do. I appreciate your time.
oh yeah.
Again, anybody here, do you have anything last words you want to say?
Last words. Enjoy the holidays.
That works, man. That works. And subscribe and like and
Oh yeah,
follow
subscribe.
and it's all in the
Subscribe to
description, everybody. It's all in the
everyone.
description. But again, this is PokéLids. Check out, you guys got he's got a cool background actually back there too. So there's the World Skateboard, bunch of plushie
There it
collection here.
is.
Some
Yeah,
shoe. There's a Snorlax.
there is.
I
You can
see a
see one. Yeah,
Snorlax
yeah,
back
yeah.
there. I have one too. You may not be able to see it, but there he is to my right. I don't think you can see him in this one. Wait, yeah, Cloud Cam, I have it here.
Let's see.
There we go. You see my background now?
It's very nice.
He's right there. He's wearing the Santa's hat now. We got the Snorlax hat on.
Got the Christmas tree and everything over there.
Oh yeah,
Check out.
I decorate, dude. I decorate the whole studio.
That's really
Halloween,
cool.
only for Halloween and Christmas though.
Yeah, yeah, the two, yeah,
It stays the same for the
essential
rest.
holidays. I
Exactly.
haven't done so myself, but definitely you should get back into Pokemon Go.
Oh, I am. Well, I mean, I play every day. I just don't play like hardcore, like I used to. I'm trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get back into it. Yeah, I'm trying. I hatched the eggs,
I'm
but
prob I'm probably gonna open these up on my video today.
hold on, hold on. Go back. Hold on. Go back. Show. What are you gonna open again?
These.
Let's go. We got some terrestrial festival in the house. Looking for the God packs. I hear there's
Yeah,
two.
hopefully. That's gonna be crazy. Also, at some point in my channel, I'll open this.
Is that Korean?
Yeah, Korean Eevee heroes.
Oh, nice. All right,
Yeah, I saw
Pokebeck.
that
Thank you for
they were
helping moderate
available.
Pokebeck, and thank you for hanging out with us today. A good friend of mine from Canada, Mr. Pokebeck. But I want to say thank you again to our guest, Pokelid Adventures. Make sure you guys check him out. I did leave off the S on Poke Adventure, I see. Whoops. It's
It's
Poke
okay.
Adventure.
No
You're only going
worries.
on one. You only get one adventure. That's it.
Just choose the one.
Choose it. But thanks again. I really appreciate you taking the time out to spend with us
Hmm.
and share your little passion in the hobby. And I look
Yeah,
forward to hopefully seeing you next year, whether it be at
yeah.
Worlds or who knows where.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Oh, I can't wait for the future. Hopefully we do meet up again and we can maybe do a video.
Definitely, definitely. Well, you have a great rest of your afternoon. Good luck on your video, and we'll be looking forward this afternoon. Have a good one, my
Sounds
friend.
good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye.
All right, everybody, that was Pokelid's Adventure. Again, thank you so much to him for coming to today's Epic TCG show. This was episode 5. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do for episode 6. I still have a couple of guests that we're waiting on times to see if they can make them or not. We have the Christmas holiday coming up here. It's going to be insanely busy. I have a lot going on. I may be taking a small break from content creating while we try to get some things done. We have a lot going on. I'm not sure. I know I'm going to drop a video that was supposed to happen back in early November. That's going to be coming out. I'm doing actually it's the 24 days of Christmas holiday shorts. I'm on day 5 or 6 right now with that. And yeah, but again, make sure you guys go check out PokéLids, man. It really, really, really is a great channel. He makes great content. I wouldn't say it. The people that I've been inviting onto the show are people that I really respect their contribution into the hobby, their content creating, what they bring to the table, who they are as a person. So I hope you guys really, go to every single person we've had on the show so far. They've all been great guests, and I can't thank them enough. Again, thank you to PokéLids. Hopefully, we'll get to see him again next year. I'd love to go out to Japan and definitely hang out with him, make a video. I think that'd be pretty cool, too. But that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Hope you guys liked it. Smash that like button if you did. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. See you guys.